Hey y'all, it's me, Niecielynn. This is January 29th. Wow, that month flew by fast. 2021, this is Flosstube number 57. This is a channel about mainly cross stitch and what's going on in my life and my day-to-day. So if you're not interested in sewing or needlework or anything like that, probably just get on down the road because this ain't for you. I've had a busy week and a fun week and I'm feeling so much better. I took my last antibiotic this morning, which makes me think I need to take a drink of water. Because you're supposed to take a whole glass of water with it. And I didn't finish my whole glass of water when I took my last antibiotic. So hallelujah, amen for the antibiotic. Because it seems to be working. My face is as normal as my face ever is. And I am super thankful for that. I am feeling 100% better. And thank y'all for all the nice questions and comments and checking on me through all this ridiculous mess that has been crazy. And it's funny because I was watching Teresa this week and she had like the same similar thing. It is crazy. It used to happen at the doctor's office when I worked there. Like everybody would come in with like their heel hurting, or I mean, it was very strange. And it would not just be like a throat infection like you'd think, you know, kind of goes around. It would be like something really weird. So her throat, and then it went to her ear, same thing. So it's all very weird to me, but I am so much better. So thank you for that. Thank you for checking. And we did have a fun weekend with the girls. You know, they were gonna come over on Friday after I filmed. And they were going to spend the night. We were going to have sleepover. And then they were going to stay with us Saturday until the other grandparents got to town. And then they were going to go home and see the other grandparents because they hadn't seen them in a while. And they were coming up to see them and see the new house. And so James Williams called when he got close to our road. He'll call me and say, hey, I'm on, you know. And so I know that means he's about 8 minutes out. So I said, you know, hey, go to the bathroom, you know, get your shoes on and all. And I got him loaded up in the Jeep. And y'all, why he does the things he does, I do not know. But I have them loaded up in the Jeep. And he comes by, and before he gets in, and sticks his head in the Jeep and roars. I mean, and he can make such a loud roar. And I mean, it's one of those things that makes you go like that. And roars like a lion. Well, they both holler and scream, you know, and then they go to laughing. But you can tell Ari Kyle's mad. She's mad. It made her mad. And she got on to him, you know. But we go on and, you know, eat dinner and go on about our little drive and all this and come home and watch their little movie, and he let them have 1,000 glow sticks. I think Arya had 12 and Kimmy had 8. You could have really done surgery in there, no joke. It was so bright with all those glow sticks, but you know, whatever. He buys them on Amazon, like in, I guess, gross or something. I don't know, they're like a million gazillion at a time. So they had all their glow sticks and everything. So they slept all night, you know. The next morning they get up and, you know, I've got them, you know, kind of pretty partially ready because I knew that they'd need to be ready to go home. Well, then Micah calls and says, hey, you know, Justin will be there pretty quick and the grandparents are really close. Will you have them like ready just to jump in the car and leave? And I said, oh yeah. So I said, all right, girls, we need to get your shoes on and everything. We'd already brushed their hair and their teeth, you know, and they were dressed and all that. But I said, all right, let's get your shoes on, baby. And she said, okay, sugar, I need to go get me some socks. I said, okay. So she takes her shoes and goes in her room. Well, James Williams was in the bathroom. And if you go through the living room and there's his bathroom and then their room is on past that. And I did not know any of this went down until after they left and he told me. She goes in there and puts her little shoes and socks on. And she comes out of her room at the same time he's coming out of the bathroom. And she stops and gets right even with him and kicks him right in the shin. And he said, hey, what was that for? And she said, you know what, and kept on going. I knew none of this happened. She comes on, I load them up in the Jeep, load them up with their daddy, you know, and they go on home. And I did not know any of this went down till afterward. And I told him, I said, you know how she is. You know she will hold a grudge till the bitter end. And when that grudge dies, she will stuff it and stand it in the corner. She is never gonna, oh, dude, I was dying. I was dying. So yeah, that's where those two have, that's where two rivers met right there. That is a turbulent, turbulent waters. So yeah, I was dying because I kicked him right in the shin and said, you know what? Kimmy had completely forgot about it, forgiven him. She'll never think about it again. Aria Kyle is back there forever, forever. I was dying. So we had a really fun time, and then we had a just nice quiet weekend the rest of the weekend after that. But Patty Penn is having a hard time finding Dried Time by Gast. If anybody has a Dried Time they're willing to share, or knows if their needle workshop has Dried Time by Gast. If you have a needle workshop or your Etsy shop has Dried Time by Gast, holla, because Dried Time by Gast is the new steamed broccoli, which the steamed broccoli is at, well, I'll find it in a minute and say it because now I can't see it even though I just did. Starlight Stitchery. Deb said Starlight Stitchery has steamed broccoli too. So Farmer's Attic and Starlight Stitchery has steamed broccoli. So those two are back in rotation, and I guess now Dried Time is all used up. So, and Kathy, I could not remember her Insta shop. She has some project bags made out of Blackbird fabric and stuff. They're really pretty. And I had seen them and I could not remember the name of the shop. And I wrote it out. It's in the description, and I've already made the notes so I can just paste them in. So hopefully I will do better this week because I've already written the notes out. So I can just paste them in the description. But it's So Stitchy. So it's ITSSEWSTITCHY. So It's So Stitchy is her shop. And last week I could not think of that to save myself. Why your brain does that to you, I don't know, but that is the name of her shop. It's got some cute bags in it. And working with the Minky, I just let the Minky sit in timeout this week. I think I'm going to try it again this afternoon because y'all all sent lots of good recommendations. Nell, Merritt, Joan, Jackie, Dinah, Janine, Deanna, Teresa Louise, probably. My handwriting's so bad. Oh my gosh, what did I even write there? CB Band Girl, Renee. There was all kinds of good suggestions. Shelly. Oh, and one of y'all said Shelly at Shannon Fabrics has a YouTube video that I'm going to try to watch. But some of y'all's suggestions were use a walking foot, use a longer stitch length, decrease the pressure on your pressure foot on your machine, put a piece of tissue paper on the Minky so that and then you can just tear it off, after you're done stitching on it, but to put that on there. And so it's not, the Minky isn't actually like touching your machine anywhere. So it's your flannel and then the tissue is all what's touching the machine, not the Minky anywhere. And a 3.5 stitch length instead of, because I think mine usually says a 2.5, and then like a 5/8 to a 1 inch seam allowance instead of, just using like a quarter or whatever. So if any of y'all are like me and gonna try to work with that devil fabric, those are some of the suggestions that I got. So I'm going to try to use all of them. And if I'm still unhappy, I'm just going to donate that down to the Mana and be done with it. And the Stinky 415, she is looking for the Ann Rayner sampler. ANNRAYNER, the Ann Rayner sampler. If any of y'all have it, know where it is, know of a shop that has it, if y'all will holler, because she can't find it anywhere and she is looking. Okay, Stephanie Elaine had asked about the cardinal finishes behind me, and I've got two, so I didn't know how to answer you. And y'all, this week I was running behind, and so I didn't answer anybody. I just wrote all the answers down here. So I tried to remember to thumbs up if I was, but if not, I'm still answering you. I just didn't write it on there and here. So I know a lot of y'all have suggested I do that anyway, but it makes me feel like I'm ignoring you, and I don't know, because I'm just that kind of crazy. So this is a Little House Needleworks. This one is called Cardinal Winter by Little House Needleworks, and it looks like, because I am waiting for Christina France. Christina France, I didn't hear from you this week, but it's this Cardinal Winter is this one. And Christina France, I'm waiting to hear from you so I can get that one in the mail to you. And so that's the small one, is Cardinal Winter by Little House Needleworks. And then two of y'all had asked about this one. Somebody else did too. I'll find it in a second. I had asked about Remember Me. And Remember Me here is this big one. Here, and I used it. It's a piece of 28 count even weave that I dyed with gray, pearl gray or black, I'm not sure which. And for my cardinal, I used Turkish red instead of the red it called for, because our cardinals here are like real red, and theirs was kind of a pinky red. That is actually called, and I'm going to try to find it without showing it. It's in two different Blackbird books. It's by Blackbird Designs. And it's called 'Tis the Season. So it's 'Tis the Season by Blackbird Designs. And there it is, how they did it. Evidently this says 'Tis the Season to be jolly or something. Well, hang on, it says it in English here. Yeah, 'Tis the Season to be jolly. Because they offer you the English or the French in it. And that is, it's just such a beautiful piece. Theirs, I think, is on a piece of pear linen. It is in Home for the Holidays, which I think this book may be a little bit hard to find. I'm not sure. I know that Niecielynn at Finish a Quilt had it. I'm not sure if she still has any. Niecielynn, don't kill me if you don't. I'm sorry. But she had some, and it's also in this book by Blackbird. So it's in the Joyce Noel book by Blackbird. It's in here also, along with a million other beautiful things. Look at that one. I love that, with that island alphabet to die for. Look at that beautiful little. And I've also seen, and I can't remember who did it, somebody took this piece here, this holly border, because they didn't want to do the words, and they put it, where I put Remember Me, they put this beautiful, that beautiful holly border there, and just filled up the space with that. I put Remember Me because I told y'all, and I was surprised, I thought everybody did that. Around here, if you see a cardinal in your yard or whatever, that means a loved one who has passed has come to visit you, or they're coming to check on you. And so I put Remember Me on there, because when I see my cardinals out in the yard, I know it's some of my family members coming to check on me, just to say hi and check in and all that. So I put Remember Me on there. I think I found the alphabet in here. I think I used the alphabet out of one of these, maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure what I used the alphabet off of. With me, there really is no telling. But I mean, I've showed it on Insta and everything, so if you want to use it, you can just, you know, look at it on Insta and print it and blow it up. I mean, it's just a basic block alphabet is all. But that piece is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So those are the two that I have back here. And so I hope that answers. I hope that got them both. So that's the big and small one that I have back there. Okay, Lori K had me dying because she said her sister colored on her face with a green Sharpie, and then her mama scrubbed her face with Comet, and it scrubbed the hide off of her face, which made me remember that I had scrubbed the hide off of my face because, I mean, I've told y'all before, I'm not Mama's favorite. Sister's Mama's favorite, right? And so when I got in trouble, it was bad trouble. I mean, I was always in trouble a lot, but I had like bubble gum, and I had blown this big giant bubble and popped it all over my face. And you know, bubble gum wasn't like, you know, Hubba Bubba and all that now. Ain't gonna stick all over your face and everything. Well, it didn't used to be that way. If you remember, it was stuck on you, it stuck on everything. I mean, that's why MacGyver used bubble gum, because you used to fix anything with bubble gum, right? Well, she got all over me and was, you better go in there and you better get all that off your face, and I was in bad trouble. So I went in there and scrubbed, and I was in, this is my kindergarten picture, I think. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but right here, I scrubbed until I had scrubbed all the hide off. And you can see on the sides of my nose where I bruised. I hope it'll focus. Let me see if I can get something white behind there where it'll focus maybe. You can kind of see the brown on either side of my nose where I scrubbed the hide off of my face. Go me. But a couple of y'all had asked for pictures when I was a kid. I think I'm one of those people that faces still look the same. My face looks like a smiley face since the day I was born. It's the same face. Same smiley face since the day I was born. Mama did make that green velvet dress. That thing was beautiful. We had it for a long time. I don't know what happened to it, but it was a dark green velvet. It was beautiful. And I think this was the 3rd grade. She finally let me grow my hair out a little bit. So my face has always looked, like I said, always been the same, like a round smiley face, like a yellow smiley face, or like Mr. Jimmy says, like a, he says his face is like a pie plate. And that's how I always feel about mine. It's like, just like a circle. It's like a circle. And that's okay. I am happy to have a circle face and a happy face because it usually looks happy. So I am just perfectly happy with that. But yeah, Lori, you had me dying. Your mama washing your face with Comet, because I instantly thought about that, and I thought, I've got to go find that picture. So Lori, I see you. I feel you. I feel you, sister. And Renee suggested that my broom hair that I haven't mounted yet, that I haven't FFO'd, you know, I haven't mounted her on anything, that I put her on an antique, like hand broom, an old hand broom. And I think that there is one in Daddy's shop. And you know, Annie will be very happy for me to take anything out of there. Probably got, I'll have to probably take Daddy a new one, and I'm sure it won't work as good as his old one, but I bet I can facilitate a swap for my daddy's old hand broom, because you know, my daddy keeps an immaculate vehicle. My daddy's vehicles are cleaner than the Queen's kitchens. I mean, my daddy's vehicles are spotless, inside, outside, so clean. So that broom has seen a lot of work, so it would probably appreciate the rest. So Renee, that's a fabulous idea, and I'm gonna see if I can't go snag that thing this week. Rose said that she had ordered Gila Gire, the Gila Gire 1898 sampler, which I did not know that Kitten Stitcher also had it, because in a couple of episodes back when y'all was looking for it, I only, and I'd only been able to find it at one place, but Kitten Stitcher has it. And when I looked, and this was very tempting, and it may be tempting because I still got a little bit of Christmas money that I've been hanging on to, and I've been thinking I was gonna buy a LaHaye box to put my you know, my Raven from Blackbird design on there. And now I'm kind of going back and forth because Teresa has a silk package and it is very reasonable price. It is $80. The silk package for Gilles is $80, and y'all, that is very reasonable for all that those silks to do that thing. If I read it right, and so y'all might go look at that because that sampler is so beautiful. And Country Stitchers this week, was it Deb? One of them is working on it, and it is so pretty. It is so pretty. That sampler is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. So Gilles has been just sitting in there going at me, and y'all know that'll be what YouTube will pick for my cover photo, and I should leave it, but I don't. But it has been hollering at me because it's so beautiful, but I've got to get one of these two gigantic ones finished. I have the two gigantic ones and then the one that has all the little stitches, and so those are some hard ones for me. And KAG240, and I thought this was the smartest thing. If you bobbinate your floss, which I had one in here and now I guess I don't. I had left one here on purpose and I must have put it up yesterday. And you're wanting to unbobbinate, debobbinate, disbobbinate, I don't know. Anyway, if you're wanting to take your DMC off the bobbins, then it's, you know, all crinkly like when we used to crimp our hair, right? She said it was like a super cheap little steamer for like, what'd she say, $14? I think she said $14 at Walmart. And then steamed it. Then you know, then it took all the little crinklies out of it. So, genius. So yeah, just take it and wrap it, you know, the length you want it and cut it and then put it on your dilly and then just shh, and then it's all beautiful again. So, KAG240, Genius Award. Stitchaholic said, and several of y'all, we've talked about Sean Penguin back here. He is wood, and CJ said he was the only one, and I don't see, he don't have anything on the bottom or nothing. But she said it made her think, and it would be so cute, a drum, a penguin drum would be so cute. So Sean Penguin is inspiring needle workers everywhere. I love him. And Andy said she had such sweet things to say, and then she said she was making tamales. So Andy, I'm giving you a shout out because if you're making tamales, girl, you are working. Making tamales is work. And if you've never seen anybody make tamales, you need to look that up. That is chore plus chore plus chore plus chore. So Andy, you kudos, girl. And Atlanta Stitcher, Wendy, when I had the muslin bag last week, I thought Wendy was the one who sent it, and I didn't want to say it because I'm always afraid I'm going to say the wrong person. And so it was the muslin bag that I had my floss in was from Wendy. She had stitched it up, and she has mine, which I don't have one over here, of course, when I need it. My beautiful quilted bags. She is Atlanta Stitcher, Project Bags by Atlanta Stitcher on Facebook, and they are beautiful. And she made me the little muslin bag that I dropped my little floss down, that I put around my floss to keep it from getting all dusty and gross. And Donna asked, has anyone bought one of the 3-ring binders or the hanging file folders for floss on Etsy? I've never, I don't have one and haven't seen one. I was gonna go look and I forgot to go check that out. So holler if any of y'all use that, have liked it, don't like it. Sherry, I'm hoping your mom is okay. Sherry's mom was admitted to the hospital. And so holler back this week and let us know everything's all right. Which brings me into thanking y'all for asking about Mama and about her freezing and suggesting keeping a blanket and a jacket and everything in the car, because you're right. If I try to make her change or make her put on something else, it just makes her mad and gets her hard-headed. But when y'all are suggesting putting this blanket in the car and putting a jacket in the car, I already have a blanket and a jacket in the car. Why did I not think to get it? Because when she's freezing, she would have taken it. James Williams makes me keep, of course I have like a go bag in the car at all times because James Williams. I don't know. In the winter, it has different things in it than the summer, but you know, whatever. But in the winter, it has a blanket, and he always keeps a big coat in there and all this. So I had these things. Why did I not think to hand them to her? I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Go ask. I don't know. But thank you for asking, and good grief. Hopefully my brain will kick in since y'all suggested it. And Lisa, I hope you and your sling and your mashed up finger are getting on better this week, because that's a lot to deal with at one time. So Kristen asked about my drum, that and it is the Waxing Moon Patriotic House Trio that I just stitched all in one row like this. And then Ann finished it for me. Ann Seeley finished it up for me, because I could never have done a good job like this. It would have been looking like wonky and crazy. But it's just, you could do any of the Waxing Moon house trios like this, and then just stitch them up in a little drum. And I love this thing. It makes me happy, and I've left it out. I haven't put it up. I love looking at it, so I've just left it out. And Mary, we were talking about Mimi cooking us, and I'm worried about Roy cooking you alive, so I hope that you aren't cooked to death out there. And Holly was asking after Sean Penguin, and he is wood. Diane had asked about, the Wicked Stepmother, the red fabric was all gone. Just keep checking, because she does, she's hand dyeing it. So as it runs out, she'll have to do some more like that. So just keep on checking in there and seeing. Susan, I was laughing at you saying that because Mama unplugged her TV and her computer recently. And I guess that's something that they do when they get the Alzheimer's, or the dementia, because she has done that recently a couple of times. She'll call sister and say, hey, is your TV working? My TV ain't working. And sister's like, yeah. And so she'll go over there, and she's done unplugged it, but don't remember unplugging it. So I don't know how that happens. But Rebecca also suggested some hand mitts with no fingers in them. Now I've given her the gloves, the compression gloves I wear and sleep in and stuff. And I wear in the house a lot of times when I'm stitching, because my hands are cold and freezing. But she loses them. So I'm gonna have to think about just keeping some in the car. Of course, then she won't want to take them off when she gets out. But she said she knitted. And so I don't know how to knit. I crochet like a little string. I've made a little bit of a scarf one time, but it's bad. So I have no skills. But that is a good idea, because her hands were cold. Like I said, I had the seat warmer on, but it wasn't enough. And Molly said her mom took her other sibling suggestions better than hers too. So I guess I'm not the only one that's the second favorite. And there's only 2 of us, so. Teresa said she got the Love You More pillowcases at Hobby Lobby, was where she got the ones that say Love You More. And Kathy had a good suggestion, my big first piece that I'd stitched, to use it as a project bag. Amy wanted to mention that Pitocin is from the Devil Too. And I would give a big old yes ma'am to that also. The Pitocin can definitely go on that list for me. I am not, oh holy crap, y'all. I just realized I thought I had everything prepared. Okay, I'll have to jump on and do a second little video, I guess later, or just post the pictures of or I'll just tag you in them. Oh, Lord have mercy. I thought I had everything ready, and I don't. I had an experience, only one experience with Pitocin, and it was unpleasant. They kept starting and stopping. It was not nice. Not nice at all. At all. So, we will get into... What did I watch? Oh, and I watched so many this week. I've listed some of them below. I did want to say, Dottie, Stitch and Scotty, your little Stitching in Time needlework, that needle book you made, that thing is fabulous. And Shelly, her quilt behind her, Shelly at Proverbs 31:22, there's a quilt behind her that is so wow, it's incredible. And I love Death in Paradise too. Since I can't go on vacation right now, I am watching Death in Paradise, and I'm nearly to the end. I may be to the end, and I'm super sad. I think I'm on season 5, so I think I'm close to the end and I'm gonna be done. I started watching the Majorca Files last night, and it may have to be my new one because I'm trying to get my vacation time in somehow, and that's the best way I can do it. And then Shelly's Just Stitching video, I've got to get a hold of her today because she has a new called Sunday Stitches that is, I think it's by Heartstrings, and it is beautiful, and it has like pieces of hems in it, and then this beautiful border around it. And she was gonna do one, like, you know, release one periodically, and they would kind of go together so that if you wanted to do like a grouping of them. And it was, you have to go look at them. It was beautiful. And she did all the new, like the new releases and stuff in there. And it was one of the new releases. And then she had water soluble canvas, which I'd never heard of before, because I was going to use waste canvas to make some things for baby Catch. You know, like little onesies, because I'd made them for the girls before, and I was going to put these things on there. Of course, that tractor can't be red. It'll have to be green. You know, we can't be having no red tractors. That Keely will have stroke. But I was going to do some of these on little onesies and things. And she had water-soluble canvas instead of the waste canvas that, you know, you pull apart, which I had never heard of. So I've got to give her a call and get some of that. I had never heard of that at all. Sue asked where I got my treasure braid. I nearly forgot these last 4, y'all. I got mine at the Stitch Niche in Arlington. And I assume most needlework places would have it though. Oh, and Jolene asked about the cardinal, the Remember Me. And it is the same one, we just talked about that. Rita had asked about last week's earrings. Micah and Justin got these for me while they were traveling somewhere. And they're like little embroidery on canvas. And then they're glued to these little things. And I love them. I wear them a lot. I love, love, love them. And then I got this, and I got a sweet thing from Julie. I always love getting things from Julie. And then got this beautiful card here with This Is So Sweet. Look at that on the front. From Melissa, this beautiful card with a note in here. And she said she didn't have no grandbabies. So she was, and y'all, I'm just gonna die about this. This is the yarn. And y'all knitting and stitching people will know more about this. Look at this little sweet hat. Isn't that the sweetest thing you have ever seen in your life? And the colors and stuff in it, it is so beautiful. Every stitch is absolutely perfect. And then, look at this. Look at this little tiny sweater. It is the sweetest thing you have ever seen. Look at that. Melissa, I like to have died. That thing is so, so cute. Thank you so much. It is absolutely precious. Look at that. It has, I don't know if it's picking up. It has this little cable-y pattern on the sides, and I don't think it's camera's picking it up. But it is the sweetest thing, and it is absolutely flawless. Y'all know I can't do things like that. I wish I could. My grandma crocheted all the time. She crocheted, but she didn't knit. I don't know why. I don't know why to do one, you know, and not the other. She sewed and quilted and everything, but she did not knit. So thank you so much, Melissa and Julie, for my sweet stitchy kindness this week. I have, I was so excited. So excited. So thank you. And then I got some stitching done. I did get some stitching done. I got a little bit done on May Health and Peace. My May Health and Peace sampler. And we have talked so many times, May Health and Peace by Miladys Needle, that of course, you know, the pictures just never do it justice at all. And I know the Attic has it, and the Stitch Niche in Arlington has it. I know those two, if they still have had it. I know it's not one that's just everywhere. And here's some of the threads. I've used up a bunch of them, but. And then I have to just hold it way back. I got, I got the tree trunk done this week. So I didn't get a ton done on him, but I did get the tree trunk done and all. So I'm hoping next week I'll get the tree done here. At least the tree done. And so that will, if I can just keep getting little patch done, I'll be super happy because I really want to get this big piece finished. And then I will not be as, I know a lot of y'all keep a lot of whips going, but I don't know why that makes me feel panicky. I don't know why, because that's weird. I know it's weird, but it does. And then I worked on Peace on Earth, my Blackbird's Peace on Earth, and it is beautiful and it is hard for me. I don't know why, because of the design. So I just had this part of this here done. So I came down here and up and then out here. So it is, the colors in it are so pretty. Of course, Blackbirds usually always are, and I don't know if the light's better if it's far away, but it is just gonna be gorgeous when it's done. And I think this is on, let's see, 30 Count Sheep Straw by R&R. And it's Gentle Arts Forest Glade, Mulberry, and Ginger Snap, and then Weeks Moss. And it is just so pretty, y'all. And I do love working on it, but for some reason the layout of the design gets my brain just going kooky. Not that that's hard to do, but at all, but it does. Then I worked on In Full Glory here. I got to work on it a little bit. And then, remember I told y'all I was switching out for my Frankie colors on here. So these are so pretty. So that's Wicked Stepmother. I say my Frankie colors, but it's Wicked Stepmother colors on Etsy. That's her shop. And somebody asked what I was gonna do, because I haven't used 36 count before with that piece of red linen. I'm gonna try to do, I think it's in here. Is it in here? No, it's in the other book, I think. It's in the other Blackbird book. It's America. It just says America and it's on like cream thread, but it's on a piece of red linen and it's just one color. And so since I haven't used 36 count before, I'm gonna try to, and it's not huge, I'm gonna try to do it with that 36 count. To see if my brain can, or not my brain, my eyes. So I don't think I had finished, the roof wasn't finished last week and I hadn't done any of my house. So you can see the beautiful variegation in the house is just looking fabulous. And that house is, let's see here, Harvest Moon. A Wicked Stepmother Harvest Moon is what that house is. And I am loving it. It is just stitching up beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait to use some of the other colors. So I have just had so much fun with it. And I wanted to keep on going on it, but I wanted to get my Valentine stocking finished because I am really working on gratitude this year. I'm really trying to work on gratitude. And so I thought, I want to get these stockings finished, and then every day, I mean, you don't got to write no love letter in there. Just, stick something nice, a nice, even if you just say, I like whatever about you. I like your mustache, you know, whatever. I tell you, it won't ever be, I like your driving. Okay, that's never going to be in there. Okay, I'm sorry. That's not very gracious, and that is complaining. So if I had my bracelet on, I would have to switch it right now. So I guess I'll have to thump myself on the wrist, but it will never be that. I like the fact that when he's driving, I don't have to. That's a little more gracious. But, you know, even if you just say, you know, I like the fact that you bring me coffee. You know, every day I usually make the coffee before he gets home. I make coffee. I put it, you know, in the coffee maker or whatever. And then James Williams hits a button in the morning, and then he brings me coffee. He, you know, puts the creamer in it or whatever and brings it to me. And, you know, we have had joked back and forth because, you know, the Bible says that James Williams should bring the coffee because, you know, Hebrews. I mean, Hebrews in the Bible, that's to be. So Jesus knows that, Jesus says that he should bring the coffee, so, because of Hebrews. So that's just for what it's worth. So, you know, just something nice every day. And because I think sometimes we forget to say nice things. We forget to say nice things. We never forget to say not nice things, but we sometimes forget to say nice things. So I set my In Full Glory aside because I wanted to get these two finished. And so I did her Valentine stocking first. And I kind of FFO'd it. I want to put some trim around the outside of it because my sewing is at best. So it needs some trim to hide the part of it because I'm not real smooth sewer. I'm not, you know, I know I see people sew things and they're like super smooth, and I'm not like super smooth yet. So, and for some reason, and I think I figured out why my Blackbird stockings seem a smoother seam. And I think that's because they go like that on the bottom. I think if you don't ever have to go from bend to flat, maybe that's better. So I'm learning. I'm a slow learner, but I'm learning. But I kind of had in my brain what a girl Valentine stocking would look like. But, you know, a manly Valentine stocking was kind of getting a little hard for me. So I knew kind of what I wanted for it. So I kind of had drew it up roughly and started messing with it. And then I had to change it. So the one that I finished with is not exactly like this. And I'm gonna tell you why. So here she is. And oh, before I forget, this fabric on the back is something that Niecielynn sent me. It's in, I think it's Moda fabric. It's in her shop, Finish a Quilt. I think it may be called Flea Market, but it's so pretty and it had a lot of colors in it. And I wanted something I could use kind of on both, and it didn't look Christmassy or anything like that. So I used this because it had a lot of pinks and reds and different colors in it. So I love that fabric. So thank you, Niecielynn. So I don't know, is this gonna focus on this with the whole thing? So there it is. I did it with my sulky threads. I was pretty pleased with the design of it. It, like I said, the finished design that is finished, these is off a little bit. After I got done, I wanted the neck part wider, and it isn't as noticeable once it's filled up with something. But so I took the band out further, made this leaf longer, and I added the year here, and then I made this band longer, and I put another, you know, another set of leaves there. And I don't think I had to put anything here. Maybe I did. Maybe I put another little section right there. So I did have to adapt it to suit me. This is using sulkies, which, for Pete's sake, what have I done with them? Lord have mercy. It's listed on the blog with them anyway, which ones I used. You don't have to use the sulkies. I just had seen this pink sulky that I liked, okay? I really like this color. And so the thing is, if you use a variegated with it, just be sure that you start and go in a circle. You just need to go in a circle. You can start in the center, start on the outside, it don't matter. but I started on the outside and went around and around and around and around so that you get that look like this. And then just take and backstitch a couple of places around where your colors are kind of grouped up. On the pattern, there's just some random marks on there because those are not gonna be, nobody's are gonna be the same because nobody's colors are gonna be in the same place. Does that make any sense? So I just backstitched around my outside and then backstitched a couple of the little groupings of the colors. So it would just look kind of like the folds of roses in there. So my girl one, I was pretty happy with my her. My her one, as far as the design, I got, pretty okay with it. So I got her finished. So she was a whip and a finish and an FFO. So she was like, okay, I was okay with her. Which I need to put something in the toe because her toe keeps collapsing. But the his. Because if it looks too girly, I didn't want it to look like super girly. And I didn't get it finished last night because I had to rip some out. So here it is in progress. So this is his. So it has a kind of a pattern here. And then a pattern. And then it just says love. This will have an arrow going through here. And then it has a pattern band. And then it says his and another pattern band here. And so it's just real simple. I was gonna do it like super red, and then I decided that maybe I didn't want it to look Christmassy, and I didn't put any red in mine. I should have put some red in mine, and then it would have been okay, but I didn't. So, but I was watching that Majorca Files while I was stitching last night. No, Three Musketeers. James had turned on the Three Musketeers from 2011, and it had a hot air balloon in it. And so, of course, I was distracted by the hot air balloon. And, no, not a hot air balloon, a Zeppelin. I was distracted by the Zeppelin. And they're in groups of 3s here. And I had done this whole section, except for these ones, in groups of 4. So usually, a lot of times, I'll just leave something. But I couldn't. Because it wouldn't fit. The thing wouldn't fit. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to take it out. So I didn't get done. But I think it's going to be fine. And then, like I said, we can just put a little note to each other every day. Even if it's just a nice word in there. And from starting on February 1st on to Valentine's Day. So that's my other whip. So that was my finish and that's my whip. Which I didn't, somehow I got out of order, I guess, because that was my whip, finish, and FFO, and then I had this whip, so. And this one, I just used this sulky. Here it is, sulky 1169. But I had started with my sulkies before I got my Wicked Stepmother threads, and so I decided to just, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead, and just go on with that. And keep on going with them. So I have had a lot of fun with them this week, and I think they're going to be a lot of fun, and they're going to make us, just be nice. Be nice. I think like I said, I think we take everybody for granted. I think it's not just spouses. I think we take everybody for granted. So I'm going to, we're going to do that. And this is the 29th. And I have decided that, and I don't know if this is a thing, but everybody has been so nice and sent messages about it and everything. So I'm going to attempt to do Valentines. Is that a thing? I don't know. But from February 1st through the 14th, I will try to put up a short video every day of something. Of stitching, of cooking, of something, just like Vlogmas, but I will do Valentines the 1st through the 14th. we're all still having to stay at home a lot more and all this. So I'll probably put some cooking in there and some other things like that and just have some fun with it, but for what it's worth. So what I realized this week's shares will be if you're interested in stitching a her stocking, so use the word her, and it's a PDF. So if you can't do a PDF, it's a PDF. And I realized because I got Winds of Autumn that I also had this little, Reward of Merit pin keep, and it's in there. So Spell of the Moon, I have this one. And if you're interested in this share, use the word moon. Moon. So her, moon, and then I have these, and I thought, you know what, these are so cute, and I will never get these stitched. And at Christmas, I was trying not to mail so many things because the postal service got, they were like so overwhelmed. So I've got to go through a bunch of that and get things back in the mail again. And so this one is this little calendar thing out of the Cross Stitcher magazine that Sharon sent me. It's so cute. And it has 12 little patterns in it. And they are so adorable. And they're just real small, and you could just finish them off and do it has a little stand thing that you could put them on in there. But they would just be cute little bowl fillers or anything. They're so cute. And so if you're interested in that one, use the word year. Now to the problem. The problem is I am a dodo, and I forgot to do because last week's shares were, what do I have here? Winter ABCs, In Full Glory, the Wicked package from Frankie, from Wicked Stepmother, and the heart pattern from Wicked Stepmother. But I forgot to do the random comment generator. So what I will do is when I stop the video, I will do the random comment generator. Then I will tag those people, and I will put it in the description also. So I thought I had everything done this morning, and obviously I don't. Go me. So every time I think I have everything done, I manage to somehow not have everything done. Go me. So I will put those in the description box, and Christina, and I don't think I heard from Quilt Ma Sue Gooden. I don't think I heard from you last week. Yeah. So I think I've heard from everybody but those two in the last couple of weeks. So holler at if you're any of those people, and then I will get this posted. I will do the random comment generator, and then I will probably, what the heck, how did I not do that? But anyway, I'll do that and get this posted real quick, and so y'all can see and call and get a hold of me and Frankie and everybody. And y'all have a great week, and enjoy your stitching, and have a fun weekend, and be safe out there. Wear your mask, wash your hands, don't touch your face, all the things, all the things. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.